welcome to the Yeah Come On show with Southside Steve.
Yeah, come on. And I got to tell you, man, I am psyched today. I'm dressed again like ice, but not the bad, they're not bad. It's the way some people think they're bad. But to me, it's just when you're like, this seems like ice. It's a winter color.
A light blue.
Yeah. And it goes with our studio sponsor, Exit Wealth. So the ice is just the look. Now I guess that's become a bad word for some.
Well,
and
maybe
for some it's not.
Maybe you could say this is your subtle way, subliminal way of your support for ICE.
I do. I support ICE 100%. And I'm like, you have no right to be in the streets messing with these guys. Let them do their job. I did get a statistic. I love hearing those. You know, some people on news, especially your AM band news, they're all about the numbers. It's a lot like baseball. You know, they keep a record of everything. I can't tell you. I think I know how many goals I scored in high school. I think I know. I know about how many girls I slept with. That's been counted.
No, we have that's a very specific number.
It is.
So you do know that.
I do know that. I do know that. I do know that number. My wife has been nicknamed that number. We'll leave it there. I'm trying to be classier as I get older. But 400,000. I guess, let me get this straight because it's not just illegals. 400,000 illegals with criminal records have been removed from the United States of America since Trump took office.
400,000
with criminal records.
Yeah. Wow. And so what's the...
Why are you upset about this? Why is anybody upset? And the guy that I think you'll get into in Paula Dictainment had a criminal record they went after yesterday. So there's all this talk. So then I'm like, okay, what else is in the news? There's a couple of things I'm going to cover in Steve MZ, but it's all gross or makes you, I think, if you're normal, go, what the F?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll start with Landman. There is no doubt I love Landman. It is my new Yellowstone.
Yeah, it's I'm my favorite show of the past year for sure. This season's a little slower.
Much. It's character building season.
Yeah, I guess you're right. There's less about the Landman part, which is what I loved about the first season. Billy Bob doing his thing, kicking ass at the oil wells, running everything,
pulling out guns, cutting off lawyers, telling them the real deal and why we need oil. Quit being all lefty. And that's a rattlesnake. It'll bite you. Don't move. You know, just the common sense factor.
Yeah.
And a guy that speaks from experience. So I do think it's character building time. So you know what's going to happen. Something bad's going to happen to somebody now.
Well,
anytime you build up your characters, you got to kill somebody.
Well, this is the thing. It's been, like you said, it's been character building kind of slow.
Mm-hmm.
And you can mute it for a second if you haven't watched this past episode. But the past few episodes, there really hasn't been a lot going on.
No.
And at the very end.
Yes.
They throw it at the very end of this episode.
They do something.
Oh, by the way, you're fired, Tommy.
Yeah, that's heavy.
Yeah.
And I did some digging. I actually have some, but we can talk about that later. I don't want to ruin it because it didn't come out till Sunday night. I just watched it last night myself. But here's the scene from Landman, and this covers kind of the drama that's going on or that used to go on. I assume this happens more than I know on college campuses. I will tell you that I know a few people that are involved in little stinks in other places in the country. I've heard have transferred in. I did not realize our very own Kennesaw College is completely woke and way woke friendly.
It is?
Yeah, I couldn't walk on that campus. I thought there was a bunch of redneck chicks and red toenail polish and tan legs going, hey, I'm in college.
No, I went to Kennesaw for a couple of years before I went to Georgia State. And about 4 years ago, my son was doing an orchestra there. So I'd go up to the Kennesaw campus every week for a few hours, and I would wait for him. And I hadn't been there in 25, 30 years.
Did this lead to your second divorce?
No.
I'd go up to the campus and hang for a couple hours.
No.
Hey, how you doing?
No, but what made me sick was this is when the vaccines were going around. They had signs, whatever the mascot is for Kennesaw, so-and-so, Hoot the Owl wants you to get vaccinated. They were all over the campus. It made me sick.
They asked me at CVS, and these women are really sweet, and it's like 90% Indian. And there's 3 or 4 of them that I just love, but there's 2 of them I cannot understand. I'm like, What did she say? I mean, it's just the accent is just too heavy, and that's not a slam. It's just like it is what it is. So we're sitting there talking, and she goes, "Oh, Stephen, I noticed you have not gotten your vaccine." And I'm like, "What?" And she named off a couple things. I said, "No, I lied because they really pushed the flu, and I'm not doing it." So I said, "No, I got that at my doctor." So that ends that one. And then she's like, "Well, you haven't gotten your COVID." I'm like, "No, and I never will."
Thank you. You should do that. Feel free to do that with all of them.
And I could tell that it was standoffish, and there were two people in line that gave me the look, but they were elderly, and there was somebody getting stuck right in front of me, and I'm assuming it was a COVID shot. I'm like, hell to the no. But here is a scene when Landman's daughter
Ansley
goes to college.
she meets her dorm roommate.
By the way, I thought it was a dude. I swear to God, I'm not. It's not a punchline.
I totally-
said they're putting a girl with a guy in a room.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I was like, wait a minute, they don't have co-ed dorms, do they?
I thought for sure that was a dude.
What are your pronouns?
My pronouns? Well, I would hope that's pretty clear.
Yeah, I don't make assumptions. You could identify as a sunflower. I use they, them.
I've always been curious. Why they, them? Because there's just one of you, and those are plural pronouns. Just never really understood the hoopla of pronouns. My name's Ainsley, and I just can't really come up with a reason why you would address me in third person in a conversation that I'm a part of.
I meditate at noon,
Okay.
and I don't like music.
Well, I'm not a musician.
I mean, I don't like it played in the room. This is my safe space, and I need my environment crafted to support my mental health.
I think the more attention you give your mental health, the better. Pagan.
Pagan.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
No.
you can just bring it down. Yeah, you could tell. Hell no, I'm not rooming with this freak.
Well, what I like about this is obviously it's Taylor Sheridan writing
Yeah.
and kind of asking what we're all been asking. What's with the pronouns and being the plural? And I love the fact that Ansley, the character, is just kind of a dumb blonde airhead.
She is, but I thought she handled herself well in this scene. So obviously, Taylor wants people to know she does have a little bit of a brain and knows how to handle
Well, that's
somebody in
what
a
I'm-
conversation.
That's what I'm saying. Even the airhead can realize
That
these
this
are,
is insane.
these are plural.
Oh,
Yeah, this is-
that's your point. She is an airhead, but even she looks smart compared to this crap.
Thank you. That's exactly what I took away from that.
I thought it was a guy.
And that character, I mean, that was way extreme.
Yeah.
With that, I mean, I think they're totally way extreme. I don't know how much that actually those people actually exist. But
I don't know. I think it's way extreme too. And that word, my crafted. My kids play some game with blocks and they have crafting tables. I don't even like the word crafting. It sounds witchy poo and craft. My mom did crafts, but I don't want to hear about crafting. It crafted to my personality or my weaknesses. This has to be my safe
I'm
place.
sorry. What is a crafting table?
The crafting table is where
where you build things.
yeah,
Like
you build
art-
things.
Okay.
So everybody gets a crafting table, and inside it, you store all your supplies in order to make a house or weapons.
Okay. Well,
And I don't know the game. It's like they build block cities. Roblox, I think it is. Roblox, yeah. But I'm like, don't be playing that. What are you doing? And my son's like, no, Daddy, I'm building a crafting table, and I'm doing this, and I need some Vegemite. And I'm like, what, to make a sandwich? What are you talking about? And he's like, no, I need this and this and this so I can make gunpowder. Okay.
oh, you're talking about this is Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Okay. Okay. I thought they don't do this in school. I thought you said this is something they did in school.
It's a game he was doing.
Oh, it's a Minecraft. Yeah. That's
We're like, don't do that game. Don't do that game. The other thing is I wear, and I'll show it because I'm supporting this crap. Can you got that Nike?
yeah.
All right.
Nike.
Yeah. My kids wear it. They love it. In soccer, I was more of an Adidas guy. But there's certain makes of clothing or tennis shoes or whatever that I dig, and I like Nike shoes. I like the running shoe. I like the Pegasus, and I'm loyal. But then they went through that stint where homeboy with the big hair took a knee.
Colin Kaepernick.
Thank you. And Nike endorsed all that crap. I'm like, you've come a long way from Michael Jordan and Bo Jackson on Just Do It. That was Nike. That's like, hell yeah. And you remember the stars all doing those Battle of the Network stars. They were all wearing Nikes because the shoe had just come out.
Yeah.
And it was made, up there in Portland for the runner, Prefontaine. Don't think I don't know my stuff. So Nike has done it again. They're just not making the right decision. I don't know who's in charge, but Megyn Kelly had a girl on the show, and they're talking about basically men and women's sports.
Yeah, because that the Supreme Court heard the case earlier this week.
Yeah, so it's topical. So there's a company that has come out. A woman put this together. She used to work with, I think, Levi's, and she just saw a need, and it's called XXXY, and it's a clothing that you can get, and it's basically men stay in your lane, women stay in yours.
So women's clothes and men's clothes, and this, I guess, like an athletic line.
It's all athletic stuff, and when you look at it, you're like, oh, this is pretty good swag. I mean, you look at it, that even the guys that are wearing this stuff are basically very fit. So the XXXY Athletics saw a demand and growth potential, and they wanted to put this out, and they did. And basically, they're a part of this cause, keep men out of women's sports. And Jennifer Say is the one that's doing this. And she's a creative woman. She's worked in retail her entire life, and she decided to put this out. She was also a 1986 gymnast for Team USA.
Okay.
So I'm like, you're legit. So it's out there, but Megyn Kelly interviewed someone that put out a commercial that is somewhat anti-Nike, and this is that.
So now she's opened up this brand that is meant to support women like you, who are just trying to play sports on a fair, equal playing field. And she dropped this ad, which is a Dear Nike ad. The point of the ad, which I'm going to play, is that Nike is not standing up for women. The NCAA is not standing up for women. Your school is not standing up for women. And amazingly, it takes somebody like you, Brooke. It takes an actual woman who's affected by their cowardice to make change. Here's the Nike ad.
Dear Nike.
Dear Nike.
Dear Nike.
Why won't you stand up for me? Why won't you stand up for me? Why won't you?
Why do you claim to support women and girls?
Yet when we need you most,
You remain silent.
Today, males are claiming our identity.
Our sports,
Our spaces.
men and boys are stealing opportunities, medals,
Trophies.
and our future.
It is not fair or just.
In fact, it's often dangerous. Yet you refuse to use
So
your
you
platform
get it.
to stand up.
So
You say you're for social justice and progress.
So why do you allow men's rights to come before ours?
Yes.
See, with
And
a
they're
big
like, hey,
platform
so now they're going
comes
to put out a brand against it. I don't know if this brand gets traction. I don't know. I don't know if it's the next big deal. I mean, I love Peter Millar. I love, really nice golf shirts from really nice golf courses. I like the stretchy pants. Right now, I'm wearing a pair that's got a button and a zipper, and they're both fake because you just pull them down.
Yeah, you dress mostly kind of athletic, golfy.
Yeah. I love it because I'm buying clothes that I can wear out and wear on the golf course. It's the two places I go. But I do like athletic wear as a former athlete myself, and whatever degree, whether it's professional, high school, college, whatever, man. Maybe you were the best in rec league, but this is going to take off. And this woman that did it was one of the chief creative people for many, many years at Levi's. And she saw a need. And of course, being a gymnast herself, I don't think any men are going to go the gymnast route, but they are going to go the volleyball route. They might go basketball route. But there's some sports that, men, you got to stay in your lane, especially track and field.
Yeah.
It's just a silly thing. So I thought we'd just bring it up. Thank you, Megyn Kelly, for bringing that. Now you know about XX and XY. Wear it if you want to take a shot at them, or send Nike all your letters of hate and say, hey, man, take a stance. CMC. Man, this is creepy. This guy, they say where there's smoke, there's fire. And I hate that saying, because a couple times there's been smoke and there was no fire, and people that I know, and even an instance with me, I'm like, no. But there's a little bit of evidence coming this way. And I can tell you a certain guy has appeared in court, and that would be Timothy Busfield. And poor old Timothy, he's having a rough time, man. Here is Megyn Kelly breaking it down. Megyn Kelly's become my new girl, and man, she cusses.
Oh yeah.
I just kind of got hit to her, like, you got Bill Maher. I guess I got Megyn Kelly, and there's a couple times I'm like, Megyn. But here she is talking about the situation with Timothy Busfield.
Well, this is she was talking about it, and then she flew to his video. 'Cause
Yeah.
she was saying he was kind of on the lam.
He
didn't
was
turn-
100%
He
on the
didn't turn
lam.
himself in until I think just a few days ago.
Well, he was asked to come in on a Friday, and he didn't show on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or a Monday. And then they showed up at his house, and they literally barricaded. I mean, they thought the house could be barricaded, but they literally knocked down his door with one of those ramming things and went
battery
in.
rams.
Yeah,
Well, but he put out a video too.
yeah.
Everybody, it's Tim. I'm sure most of you know that are watching this that I was ordered to come to Albuquerque. I'm here now. I got the call Friday night. I had to get a lawyer. Saturday, I got in a car and drove 2,000 miles to Albuquerque. I'm going to confront these lies. They're horrible. They're all lies. And I did not do anything to those little boys. And I'm
That sounds.
going to fight it. I'm going to fight it with a great team. And I'm going to be exonerated. I know I am, because this is all so wrong and all lies. So hang in there, and hopefully I'm out real soon, and back to work. And I love everybody for supporting me. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you see the picture of him coming into court in his little orange suit. His wife, again, Melissa Gilbert, who we all thought was like the most sweetest, most nicest, honest, good-hearted girl in the world.
Well, this doesn't indicate that she is not that. I mean, maybe he is going to be exonerated. I mean,
Yeah.
some people have gotten railroaded in this, Me Too era.
I think to a degree, Michael Jackson was. I think it is out there. I think you have to investigate it. It doesn't look good, because the reason it doesn't look good is not to get too deep into it, but there is a case with a couple of boys, and then there's another case that's being brought now against him. Somebody else is coming out.
Well, then it piles on. This is the thing with it piles on, just like the P. Diddy stuff happened.
Yeah, and it's weird because when you read it, it's super creepy. They're like, he rubbed me in my no spot. Those are my words, but it was above clothing, like rubbing you in your pants, and you're just like, okay, and it's like, where did this take place? How were they alone with him? Where were they? And the ages are scary because they're like 5'7", 6'8" on these two kids.
They're not. They're like little kids, not like teens or underage.
No.
Oh.
No, and that just gets another element. And I'm trying to think if something. I have a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old, and I understand how parents, want to handle it themselves. So I don't know. This is going to get crazy before it gets over. The only other crazy thing out there is Jelly Roll. It's funny. I met Jelly before he blew up, and it's really cool because the country station 101.5 here in Atlanta was the first to play him as a country artist, and we had him in because we're like, dude, your songs are great. You could be on a rock station. Some of this stuff you're doing, and we had a concert for him. Axel and I, who I was hosting with at the time. And we had like 38 people. We promoted it. We did it at Center Stage off West Peachtree. That's downtown.
Yeah, that's a pretty big venue. That's a couple thousand.
We could have. Well, no.
1,000 people.
We were in the side pocket. So here's the reason they're smart. Under that roof, there was a small bar where you could put 200, and then there's the big one. So they were prepared, I think, to move it to the big one, but we ended up doing it the smaller one because we had like 38 people. And I remember taking the stage, and we're hanging out with Jelly Roll. I've probably been in the studio with him like 5 or 6 times, and the guy's super cool, and he's like, let me know if you need help with your bourbon. I never called him, but he likes tequila anyway. But we're sitting there hugging it out.
Well, I thought he doesn't drink.
Well, just a little bit, and if he does, it's tequila. He doesn't like bourbon. He might not be drinking now. He's lost all that weight. When I was around him, he's still big boy.
Yeah.
But they think Kevin James is his father.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I could kind of see that.
The age is almost perfect. Kevin James, my age, we're exactly the same age. And I've had Kevin in studio. Very cool dude, but he's short. Jelly Rolls is not that short.
Yeah.
But it's possible when you put their two faces together.
I think that's all it is. They're two famous people that kind of look alike and kind of have that age difference.
Jelly Roll's 41. They're 19 years apart. Kevin James being 60.
So what? It's he got Jelly Roll's mom pregnant and ditched her.
You know what?
I know this is some kind of clickbait thing.
It is. I saw it, but when you go online and look, because it's all over there. When you put their faces together, it is scary.
Yeah,
I mean, they look facial structure almost exactly the same. I mean, the same. You would think, and hey, Kevin James was throwing it around back then. Think about it. Look at Kevin James 19 years ago. He was doing
King of Queens.
King of Queens.
He was the top of the
crushing.
sitcom world.
No, wait, I got the wrong one. I'm thinking of the other Kevin. Hold on. I'm thinking of, this is great that we're doing this live. No, I'm thinking of the dude that put together all the movies that has the mullet that doesn't talk and all the stuff. That guy. The one that, I'll get you there, that they did Mallrats and they did all that stuff.
Oh, Kevin Smith?
Kevin Smith.
You're saying Kevin Smith is his father?
That's
and
what.
Not Kevin James?
Not Kevin James. Do you see the relationship in Kevin Smith? I may have gotten my Kevin screwed up because I was doing it off the top of my head because we had time. Jeff gave me that. You got more time. And I'm like, all I do is get myself in trouble when I do that. Let me see. Kevin Smith and Jelly Roll, if that's it. Kevin Smith and Jelly Roll.
Because I could kind of see Kevin James, too.
Look on your phone and see Kevin James. You look up Kevin James, I'll look Kevin Smith, and we'll see which one it is so we're factual here. Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Jelly Roll with Kevin James. No. Kevin James proves he could be Jelly Roll's twin.
Kevin James.
Okay, so it's Kevin James.
So I was right. It's not Kevin Smith.
Yeah, it's not Kevin Smith.
All right, so Kevin James. I've also been in the studio with Kevin James. I can show the picture. I can prove it. But no.
It's saying they are twins. This is some...
No, what I read, father, 19 years apart, could have been his dad.
I mean, could be. Okay, this is trash. This is clickbait.
Well, Steve MZ bringing it to you half right, half wrong today. Is it true? Let's investigate.
CMC.
Yeah, well, that'll go down. Yeah, but I thought that it was. You saw the resemblance?
Yeah, well, I see the resemblance in both of them, Kevin Smith and Kevin James, to Jelly Roll to some degree, but I don't think there's any.
So maybe Kevin James was throwing it around a little bit 19 years ago. Now
that's what I'm saying. They were doing the King of Queens, right? Yeah.
Think about the people that you listening. If you've had sex with over say 15 people, are you in touch with them? Is there anybody that you didn't know their name? Me. Yeah, I got a lot of that. So if somebody showed up,
it looked like you.
It'd be scary.
Yeah,
it would be scary. You don't know, so we'll find out. Now that I've botched it tomorrow, tune in for Steve MZ. I will have the truth behind it, even if I have to call Kevin James people. I'll do it.
Polydictainment.
All right, can you believe this? Another shooting in Minneapolis by an ICE agent.
Oh, come on.
This was they were doing a targeted stop in some neighborhood, and the guy, of course, the driver, who was a Venezuelan, which I think is funny. These Venezuelan, and we're doing the whole thing in Venezuela, and that's causing trouble here in Minnesota.
Well, a lot of Venezuelans came in, and I think one of the other reasons Trump was upset with what was going on there is they unloaded some prisons.
Yeah.
So if you're sending prisoners over here that don't speak the language, how in the hell, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to commit crimes. They're landing on the ground going, what do I do now? All I have is, how do I eat? But we've now found out that they are funded. They do get a lot of money from our government, yet we have homeless people on the streets.
I know. I see that every day when I'm in town, and I'm like, why are we spending all this money in other countries on other immigrants when our people are here in the streets?
It's disgraceful.
But they were getting this guy, and he tried to outrun, ran on foot, and then the ICE agents went after him. They got him, but at the meantime, a couple other guys came out and started attacking an ICE agent, and then he shot one of them in the leg.
Yep.
Not fatal. He went to the hospital and he was done. But another ICE agent shooting there. Could you imagine had he killed this guy?
Right.
Whether it would have been there'd be more riots.
Oh, 100%.
Again, this is all still protesting the whole thing because Renee got shot last week, the woman that tried to outrun the ICE agent, and so it's already a powder keg.
No, it's gotten out of control, and there's no doubt. And I could play you Tim Walz, his speech, his message to the citizens is horrific. I think the mayor might be backing down a little bit, but he's going, you can play a role. You can help. You can help stop this. You have more power than you know. It's like he's lighting a fuse to get people in the streets. to combat this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you are not allowed to put your hands on a federal agent.
Or outrun them. You just have to comply. That's what I've been saying about all these, the whole, Black Lives Matter and all the police shootings that happen.
Yeah.
If you just complied for 5 minutes, none of this would have happened.
No,
And same
I
thing
love
with
it.
the ICE agents.
Yeah, and there's a scene right now of a colonel. She's a woman, and she looks like a dude. But then again, I don't know if the military makes women cut their hair that way. I think you're allowed to have long hair, but maybe as a colonel, she thought she needed to buzz cut it a little bit short. She's got her glasses on. She's drunk, and she's sitting there, and she goes, "Get your supervisor." And they're calling her colonel because I think the initial pullover might have been military, but she's off premise because I guess she kept driving. So then they have to call in a captain, they have to call in somebody, and she will not get out of the car or look them in the eye. And they're like, "We're going to break your window." They break the window and they pull her out. And I'm like, comply.
I comply. And if you think they're doing something wrong, it's all being taped. It's all being filmed now. Just comply. Deal with it later. If you feel you're being wrongly accused or wrongly pulled or whatever,
Yes.
deal with that later.
That's it.
Don't escalate.
No.
And I think a lot of people escalate. All these people escalate, and then this is what happens.
Yeah, and I hate it because it just keeps looking worse and worse. Trump's going to have no choice as the president of the United States. There's something that's got to be done to get these people off the street. And they've put like 2,000 more ICE agents in there. I mean, at some point, they're not going to be able to fight back. And that's politics, dude.
Polydictainment.
Polydictainment. Well, sports. We've already kind of covered the Nike situation. Will Nike stand up and let women play in women's sports? I just wanted to let you know that I have a guy called Popeye. He's the Brazilian Popeye. I just wanted to show you his picture if you could see that. I'm just doing this on the fly. It's all he's dead at 55, but his arms go skinny and big.
That doesn't look real. Is that real?
They call him the Brazilian Popeye. I always thought those were the weirdest arms as a kid. Real skinny and then huge forearms.
Yeah.
That's kind of what this guy's got. They call him the Popeye of Brazil, 55. Arms shaped the same way as a character. What do you think?
It looks, maybe he did like the Brazilian butt lift, but he did it for his arms.
I don't think you can do that. Hey, I know about calf implants. What about forearm implants? Oh, God. The Falcons search continues. Matty Ice is doing what he can do. I did hear a breakdown, and this is an interesting breakdown because there's coaches out there that want to bring other coaches. So when you look at Harbaugh, who was at the Ravens, he wants to bring in another coach if he comes. The guy he wants to bring is an $8-9 million at least guy. Well, Harbaugh, 19 years with Baltimore Ravens, legitimate coach, successful coach. This guy, I didn't realize the salaries had gotten this big for coaches. Because you hear college, you hear $4 or $5 million, right? Doesn't that sound about normal?
I don't know the salary range. All I know is
how about $20 million?
Oh, I don't. For this coach?
Yeah, as coach. So there's other guys out there that would be first-time coaches that are on other teams that are offensive coordinators and other that. So that's the choice. They think, are we going cheap on coaches? Do you buy a Michael Penix for $50 million to be your franchise quarterback, but you only spend like on a Raheem $5-6 million a year?
Right. Well, I think they should just throw a bunch of money at Kirby Smart and get it over with.
Kirby said he won't leave. I mean, I thought he would, but man, his Athens gig is good.
Like we said yesterday, there is a price
for everything.
Yeah.
Well, the price for Kirby could be something close to that, like $15 million. Dangle that, because I think 4 to 5 is what he's grabbing at University of Georgia. So they've got to find the best coach, but they got to make it make sense. There is no doubt Raheem and everybody he had hired on his coaches were probably like $14 to $12 million a year, compared to if Harbaugh comes in $30 million. That's a lot of money. So, hey, who's going to coach us? Matty Ice will let us know. He's the president of Falcon football. Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on. Sports. Now time for track 13. But before we do that, I want to thank a few people. How about Exit Wealth? We are in the Exit Wealth studios. Go to exitwealth.com for all your money needs, along with Exit Stage Left Advisors. That's for that business. You know, occasionally I meet these guys, these entrepreneurs, guys that have been doing it for 20, 30 years. They built something. Sometimes guys build a business in 10 years and they're ready to move on to the next thing. But you got to sell your business, and maybe you want to protect employees. So you got to craft a deal. Can't believe I used the word I don't like. But that you just go to Exit Left Advisors.
Stage Left.
ExitStageLeftAdvisors.com. Tell them Southside Steve sent ya. And we did not have Skipper on sports today. He got caught up because he's busy at Regal Nissan in the service department. Go in and ask for your Yeah Come On deal at Regal. And lastly, their new sponsor, we want to thank the fine folks at Camp Right RV. That's Camp, R-I-T-E, and there's a dash in the middle, RV. It's located in Loganville, and they're like, shop everybody else first, shop them last. And if anything, if you want to come by, they'll educate you to help you shop, and then they think you'll still come back to them for their pricing. You know, I don't like where we are right now on the show, and I'm not trying to bog it down or slow it down, but you've been picking music a lot, and our music tastes are different, and I like a lot of good cheese.
You're gonna like this.
All right, this is track 13. This is where we play the song, not during this because we'd get hammered. We'd lose any money that's going to come in, but you can hit the button once you're done with this and listen to the song that we're going to talk about.
Yeah, this is kind of up your alley, and I think we might have played this on our radio show.
Okay.
So you love Journey. Your favorite band is Journey.
Well, now you got me going.
Okay, so I'm saying, this is totally Journey involved because I once again I watched another great long interview with Neil Sean, with Rick Beato.
Is it new?
No. It's not, the interview is new.
Okay.
No, the interview is new. Rick Beato, huge YouTuber, lives in Stone Mountain, producer. And,
that guy. Rick, I'm sorry. I know you're big time. I know a lot of my friends have been on your show. I apologize. Rick Beato, I got to remember that.
Yeah. So he did an interview with Neil Sean of Journey, guitar player, founder of Journey. And they just mentioned when he did a little side project. This is around the height of Journey.
Oh, there's a couple he did, and I know a couple of them.
I know. We talked about the one he did with Sammy Hagar.
Oh, he did that one.
Okay. Do you know the other one he did? It was more of a duo.
Well, he did Bad English.
Well, Bad English too. This is before that.
He did that with John Wayne.
No, this is more obscure.
More obscure than that. He did a song. There was a song called Hot Cherie. Yeah, dude. Keep going because I've got that. He may have dabbled 3 or 4 times, Neil Sean.
Well, this one apparently.
I'm going to give you another one.
He was telling the story. The other guys in the band didn't know until they saw the video on MTV.
Well, that's not good.
Because they weren't expecting it to do very well, but he teamed up with Jan Hammer.
No offense to that guy. What a weird name.
Oh, he's German.
Every time I know it's German, but every time somebody goes, good old Jan Hammer, I'm like, why couldn't you have been Billy Hammer? Just change your name.
Well, he's the guy that gave us the Miami Vice theme, among other things.
Oh, he does that keyboard thing.
Yes.
And he's kind of a short, balding guy now.
Exactly. That is him. Well, he did a song.
I've seen a picture of it.
I think they did an album, and they had a single,
Okay.
Neil Sean and Jan Hammer, and Neil Sean sings.
Really?
I thought we did this. They did a song called No More Lies.
No More
And there
Lies.
was a video, and like the guys in Journey didn't even know about it until they saw it on MTV.
Well, and here's the other one before you say that. And maybe we need to do this tomorrow. Maybe it's just Neil Sean and his dabblings.
Okay.
We'll call it Neil's dabblings.
Yes.
Neil also was in Hardline. Hardline, the band. He was in Hardline for 2 years.
Okay.
Bunch of dudes with the long hair. He's still,
Oh, yeah. We talked about them before.
Yeah.
So
and it was a legitimate band. He did that for 2 years, like in the early 90s. Then it was like Bad English, either before or after. And I don't even know about the Jan Hammer
this
thing.
This was in the early 80s. So this was around the time like Escape came out. This was the height of Journey. And he did this quick solo record, or this little side project. So this
is that you on MTV? What the hell?
That's exactly what they said happened.
This is maybe why Steve Perry left the band.
Well, this was we got a few more years out of Steve Perry before that.
Okay.
Sean and Hammer is track 13 today. This is No More Lies on the Yeah Come On show.